Welcome, curios and weirdos. Welcome to It's a Super Scary Saturday Sleepover, I should say. Today's story asks an important question. What happens when you unalive your hardworking friend, you steal his savings, you lie to his family, and then meet his skeleton on the same bridge a year later? Well, if you are greedy enough, apparently you put that skeleton on tour and charge an admission child. Baby, this man thought the body was an asset, but what he did not realize is that it was actually really a witness. Let's read a Japanese story from the book 30 Chilling Tales, short and shivery, called The Dancing Skeleton. Uh-oh. We're going to throw Oreo Jr. back there and let's get going, y'all. In Japan, many years ago, there were two men, Taro and Jiro, who were good friends. When they were old enough, they left the village in which they had been born to journey together to the distant city to make their fortunes. Okay, they're trying to get rich. Now, Toro worked very hard and earned a great deal of money, but Jiro quickly fell in with companions of the wrong sort and spent all his time lounging in tea shops during the day, becoming drunk and rowdy at night, and learning the ways of thieves and unalivers. It's kind of giving a little Dorian Gray, you know how he just went off the rails with it? Yeah, something like that, y'all. And also clock what this man is doing. Everybody clock it. Put a pin in it. Because y'all know how this gets.
All right.
Still, the young men remained friends, though Toro was very sad to see how corrupt Jiro had become. After 3 years, Toro decided to return home and asked his friend to join him. It was his hope that, away from the city and its wicked ways, Jiro might become again the good man he had once seemed. Oh, his friend cares about his reputation. That's sweet. In truth, Jiro had borrowed and spent a great deal of money, and many of his former companions were demanding him to pay them back. He was eager to escape the city because he had no intention of making good on his debts. Here we go. So he said to Taro, I really do want to go back, but I have no clothes for the trip. Since he now had a good deal of money, Taro happily shared it with his friend. He gave Jiro money enough for clothes and some extra to buy food and lodging along the way because he a good friend. However, when they reached the mountain pass, beyond which their home village, but beyond which lay their home village, sorry y'all, Jiro attacked Taro and unalived his friend. He took Taro's money, rolled the body beneath a bush, and went the rest of the way home as if nothing had happened. Okay, so remember I told y'all to clock it? Yeah, unclock it and just put confirm because this man did exactly kind of what I assumed he would do. I don't know if y'all assumed it, but the villagers greeted him warmly, and many asked, what has become of your good friend Taro? Oh, replied Jiro, this is a sad story. He fell in with bad companions the moment we reached the city. From that day to this, he had done nothing but waste his money in the company of the most wicked men. I begged him to return with me in hopes that he would mend his ways once he was home. But he only laughed at me and made rude remarks about this village and had his criminal friends drive me away. Are y'all peeping that this man just literally swapped stories with his friend that he unalived? That was actually helping him. Did y'all peep that? Mm, mm. At this, there was much indignant head shaking among the villagers, who said that Taro deserved whatever misery happened to him. For a few days, Juro made a show of being the same good hearted fellow he had once been. But But
Mm.
he quickly began to gamble and waste his money in drunken revels. Soon he had spent all the money he had stolen from Taro. Because he refused to do honest work, because he a big old crazy sociopath, he decided to return to the city, where he would give himself another name and live by stealing from wealthy citizens. Hmm. On his way back, he again traveled the mountain pass where he had unalived his friend Taro. As he was striding through the pass, he heard a voice calling, Jiro, Jiro. Puzzled, he looked around, but could see nothing except bushes and the rocky mountain walls. Thinking the wind was playing a trick on him, he continued on his way. But he had only gone a few paces when the voice cried again, Jiro, Jiro. Is anybody else wondering who calling him? Determined to find the answer to this mystery, he followed the cries to a thicket far back from the road. Parting the bushes where he had unalived his friend and dragged the body, and peering through, Juro discovered a skeleton sprawled on the ground. Even as he looked on in amazement, the skeleton sat up and said, Has it been such a long time that you've forgotten me, my friend? I am Taro, whom you unalived and robbed. I have been waiting here, hoping that I will meet you again someday. Oh, what y'all think he want? What y'all think he want? I would be scared off my wits. Terrified, which he should be, Juro turned to run, but the skeleton seized his kimono in his bony hand and would not let him escape. Don't be so quick to run away. Tell me what you have been doing since you struck me down. Choking with fear, Juro told how he had gone home and spent all Taro's money and was now going to live or going to the city to become a thief.
He was already a thief.
Column A, column B, none of these things matter. This fool is who he is, okay? And you know what else? I wonder, just real quick, I just want a brief wonderment. Do y'all think he told the skeleton that, oh, and I also defamed your name? Because I don't see that in here. I don't see, oh, and I also swapped stories and took your story and gave you mine. I don't see that. But let us continue. Let's carry on. You haven't changed, said the skeleton. But you are sure to come to a bad end if you become a thief. I have a better idea. I will dance like this. Okay, hey. Here, the skeleton began to dance, rattling and clanking his bones together. Okay, making music and dancing, period. Waving his arms in the air and kicking his legs. Then he continued, You can put me in a box and carry me around with you. And people will pay you to see me dance. Hey, dance and make them bones dance. Since I won't eat or wear clothes, and money means nothing to me, you can earn a great deal without expense. Okay, period. Why should you do this for me? Asked Juro, though his mind was already filled with pictures of the fortune he could earn. I am bound to you in unaliving as in life, said Toro. Will you accept my offer? Yes, said Juro. Then he took the skeleton and purchased a beautiful teak wood chest to store it in and toured the countryside. Okay, before we go on, let me show y'all the picture of this skeleton making that money, baby. Shaking that money maker. Shake that money maker. Yes. He played a flute while the skeleton danced in front of wondering crowds. The money poured in, enough so that Juro could spend it as fast and as foolishly as before and still have some left over. Looks like what he did is working out for him, right?
I guess so.
Yeah. Period. Might have a happy ending. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Let us see. Eventually, word of Juro and his dancing skeleton reached the most powerful lord of the province. He summoned Juro to his castle and told him to have the skeleton dance in the vast halls that were filled with his guests. Juro opened the chest, scratched Toro's skeleton out on the bamboo matting, and began to play a lively tune on his flute. But the skeleton simply laid there. Juro played tune after tune, then began to yell and curse, but the skeleton refused to move. Uh-oh, you're getting embarrassed. Finally, in a rage, Juro took his flute and began to beat upon the bones, oh Lord, commanding them to get up and dance. At that moment, the skeleton sat up, climbed to his feet, and walked to the throne of the great Lord. There, bowing humbly, it said, "My Lord, oh Lord, help, help, help. I have been dancing all this time, just so word will reach you. And I would be brought before you. In my life, I was your honest subject, Toro. This fellow unalived me and robbed me for my money." Then the skeleton told exactly what or how this had happened. Here, we got that reverse Uno, baby. He reverse Uno this fool. Period. Get him, Toro. The Lord, who was a just man, was angered at the way Juro had betrayed his friend. "Seize that man and take him away to be tried," he ordered his guards. At that moment, the skeleton fell to pieces before the throne. And 3 days later, Juro was sentenced to unaliving for his crimes, period.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, y'all, curios and weirdos, what did we learn here? Juro was a big old sociopath and stole Toro's money, his life, and even the story of how he unalived. Then, when the skeleton returned, he went on to exploit the same friend all over again and turned his bones into entertainment for profit, his own personal profit. But Toro was actually not helping him get rich. He was leading him back to the village, back to the family, and ultimately back to some truth, baby, and some consequences. Juro thought he owned the skeleton, but baby, the skeleton was building a case against Juro. And that might be the real lesson. You can steal someone's labor, profit from them suffering, and control the story for a while. But if your success is built on a body you buried, eventually them skeletons gonna start talking. But what are you guys' thoughts? Because Scott Oreo Jr. and I would love to hear you guys put in the comment section. Scott, guess what? Boom, you get to be put on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much along with what you said. Skeletons are gonna come back for you.
Period. Them skeletons in the closet maybe be falling out sometimes. Period. Another conclusion I had, okay, so another thing that stood out to me, them dry bones, they dance for that money until they reached the one place, which was, the Lord of the province, who could do something about it, where they could finally tell the truth, and he got his justice. So sometimes justice best serve those who are patient and wait.
Right.
Did you have anything else?
I do not.
Okay, guys. Well, we're gonna end it here. Let me get Oreo Jr. So as always, guys, we are super excited and happy that you guys are here hanging with us, and we hope you guys feel the same. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, check out some other videos, live shorts, all that fun stuff. We would love for you guys to come and make this channel our channel. But with that, we're going to bid you guys adieu. So from wherever we are, even when we are, shaking that money maker, making that money for somebody else with the intention of snitching on them so they can get them consequences, to wherever you guys are, peace and love and happiness. And we'll see you guys later. But that means 30 minutes because we got to finish this book. Maybe we on the grand finale. Oh my God, I'm scared. Okay, so we'll see you in a little bit, about 30 minutes or so. But anyway, bye, y'all.
Bye.